Hey y'all, sometimes when I do surveillance, people get a little weirded out because they see a weird car in their neighborhood parked on the side of the road all willy-nilly and they don't know what's going on. A lot of times they claim to be vigilant, but really they're just nosy. And they can't see inside the car, so it really piques their curiosity. So you'll get people who come knock on your window, which happens more than you'd think, and they'll straight up ask you what you're doing there. Well, I'm working this case one time, this workers' comp case. You know, guy says he can't get out of bed, whatever. He wants $1.5 billion. It's the same song and dance all the time. So anywho, I'm on surveillance one day just minding this fella's business, and one of the neighbors comes walking up to my car. He knocks on the window. And he's looking mad, like he's peacocking for sure. So I rolled down my window a little bit and I said, hi. This guy jumps to the sky. Says, oh, okay. Oh man, I thought you were like an investigator of some kind. Basically, this fella saw that I was a lady. He was instantly relieved. So this guy's body language changes immediately. He's no longer peacocking. He's dropped his shoulders. He has put his guard completely down. Anyway, so I used this situation to my advantage. He says, well, can I help you with something? Well, I just want this fella to go away. Let me do my surveillance in peace. So I pulled out the drama. Generally speaking, dudes don't like drama. Guys are very simple. Dudes need like 2 pieces of information. Anything greater than that is overload. So I start spilling the fictional beans. So I said, see, what happened was my best friend, she had met this guy on Bumble. Right away, I've lost him. He's like, I'm sorry, Bumble? Heaven forbid I said like Grinder or like Squirt. Lord, he would have went on the Google machine and had a field day. Could you imagine the pop-up ads going forward? Bless it. Anyway, so I continue.
Well, she met this guy and he told her all this information. To me, it wasn't added up, but then she invited him over to her house. But then he had this weird number that was calling it, and I told her she should go to his house instead, but he refused to tell her where he lived. He said he wasn't married and didn't have any kids, but she found a pair of kids' socks in his car. She doesn't want to believe that anything could be wrong because he has a tendency to fall for the wrong guy. One time she dated this guy who said that he worked for NASA, but really he found out he was just a plumber, which is fine because there's nothing wrong with plumbers, but still.
Anyway, so the more I'm talking to this fella, dropping crazy details, he wants nothing to do with it. Nothing. Which I knew he wouldn't, because most guys don't. You don't understand half of what I'm saying anyways. Dude's old as Methuselah. He was just having a hard time keeping up, bless his heart. So I said, why, you know something? You know him, don't you? So he backed up so fast like I asked him to hold the murder weapon. He said, no. So I'm like, well, what would make you think I'm an investigator? He says, well, you see my neighbor, and he points to my subject. That's my best friend. He's on workers' comp, and I don't know if he's lying or not, but he could sure use that money just out of the blue. I said, all right, well, I hope he gets it. And this fella, he ain't no Bertha at all. I said, all right, well, good luck. I'm just gonna go now. You know, I don't want no part of this. I don't want no trouble. And I'm just like, all right, well, thank you. And I roll up the window. Well, then about an hour later, my subject comes out of his house. Then I see my little visitor walking over towards him. And I'm like, great, he is for sure gonna blow my cover. Neighbor guy tells my subject about me, and you can tell because he's doing that thing where he's like pointing and kind of like pointing with his eyeballs. He wasn't being very discreet. It's fine. I get it. Boys aren't really good at this stuff. Like, don't look now, but she's right there. Anyways, then I see the neighbor do his hand motion like this, like, don't worry about it. They both just like continue what they're doing, piddling around my guy's like garage or whatever. Y'all, they wheel out this big old thing. I don't know what it was. Something looking like a damn flux capacitor. I don't know. Pull the cover off of my subject's car that was in the driveway, and they start working on this car, y'all. Just all willy-nilly out here in front of God and everybody. So I'm just letting the video camera roll, watching this guy do his thing, and I start looking at like the interrogatories and all the stuff the guy has already told the insurance company and the doctors and the attorneys. Right arm immobile, unable to bend at the waist past 45 degrees. I don't know the outcome of the case, but I did surveillance on that fella for 3 days. And his movements were absolutely not consistent with his little injury statement, and that fella probably lost all his gajillion dollars because his neighbor didn't think I was an investigator because I was a girl.